Welcome back to part 2, everybody. I'm glad you came back to view more of this intake. I'm going to use this time because I don't have an entry for it, because the original intent was for this to be one whole long video. Well, that didn't work out. We're going to have 3 parts in total. Welcome to part 2. I hope you enjoy, and hope you stick around for part 3 when we hopefully get this dang thing finished. Please enjoy the video. I cannot tell you how much it pained me to gut this intake open, because after all that work, it just killed me. I want you to pay attention to the size of that death wheel, and please stay tuned because you will see why I cut this open and how glad I was to actually end up having to cut it open, because we found some nasty, screwed up, gumbly mess inside this baby. Well, guys, that was loud to my ears. There it is, opened up. And I tell you what, big chunks of epoxy like that, covering there and there, are what was preventing our weld from ever sticking real good. We got epoxy down in there, we had epoxy here. We have a pile of epoxy down in there, which we have to weld. So, yeah. Their plate was actually done pretty nicely on the back side, you know? Ish. But I mean, all that work. Now we gotta cut. I think we might just make this intake back to stock. Just get rid of all their mods, which were nice mods, but we might just get rid of them. Which entails cutting that free, cutting that free, cutting that free, cutting that free, because the original intake you would have just had this runner open, because this is the original inside of the intake. You can see a big old gnarly crack right there, which I didn't do. That must have been from when the intake exploded or something. I don't know. Maybe I did that, I don't know. But yeah, what an absolute mess. And I'll tell you what, I didn't realize my cutoff wheel was getting that bad. I didn't take that cutoff wheel was like twice that size when I started. And everything is just coated in aluminum. The camera, I don't know if I will look like it. I've blown myself. Nope, I still got aluminum all over me, but there it is. We did come in here and kind of shine up the sides. We shined up those because we thought we were just going to call it a night, but we're going to keep working on her. Okay, we ain't going to stop until we got something, whether or not we fully decide that we're done with this intake, or we're going to go full send with it and just make it an intake again. You guys will know when I know. We're just getting this intake all ground out, and you'll see here in just a second one of their little dam pockets fly out. Literally just falls right there. See, it just came right out. And also here in a few seconds, you're gonna see me kind of get pissed. In there you can see that's just still full of epoxy that needs to be chipped out. That side still got a bunch in there too. See that big old black spot right there where the screwdriver is? That's all epoxy. And here's where I start to rage. You can see chunks of epoxy flying everywhere. Dang. So I thought I'd just take a quick break and just show you the progress. It didn't take much actually to break out their chunks. These were their dams, which, why couldn't you just make that out of one piece and form it to fit in there? No, instead, whoever did this, valiant effort, poor execution. This is why I had to cut all this back out, because look how much epoxy is in here. To give you an idea how deep this goes, take our screwdriver. We're going to come up to the top of this. That's how deep that goes. That is just plumb full of epoxy. And down in here, you know, most of this has been broke away and burned out, but there's still so much. In fact, I wish I wouldn't have come in and reinforced all this, because I would love to just tear all of their stuff out. Oh, look, there's even more. Oh, no, that's not epoxy. That's weld, I think. But I would love to just tear this out and make this back into a stock style intake, because this is a pain in the butt. but we will persevere and we will beat this. You've already seen how much epoxy has been chipped out, and this video footage is sped up 16 times normal speed. Yeah, there's a lot of epoxy inside this intake. Alright guys, so we got everything mostly cleaned up. I think we got pretty much all the epoxy removed that we can get to. This side's completely clean. This is nothing but aluminum now. A little dark spot there, I don't know what that is, but it's not epoxy. I can't beat it out. As you can see, there's our rather large crack right there. We have to fix that, and that runner, broken on the runner. This side's all cleared out. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Hang on. There's so much dust everywhere. I should be wearing a respirator, but I'm a dumbass, so hate me for it. But yeah, so you know, normally this intake, you wouldn't have this wall here or this wall. You would just have this runner coming up and then ending right there, and you would see all this. This is the original casting, and they added these walls and they put the top on it. Our plan is we're going to get these little holes right here, because these are probably where the fuel would puddle. There's like nothing going on here. So get that area completely capped off, and then we're going to make a new top for it, and then we're going to probably make a spacer for it if we still need it. But it's going to be a fun video, hopefully. I'm having a lot of fun. In fact, I'm saving as much of the epoxy as possible. This paint cap's almost full, and it's quite heavy. Nothing but chunks of epoxy. I think we'll do something fun with that later. But anyways, guys, we're going to keep going because we're already this far into that intake, so we're going to finish it. Alright, guys, well, we're on day 4 or 5 of this damn intake, and we got TIG over here.
Hey, guys.
TIG is going to help us man a camera so you guys can maybe get a good shot of this with the GoPro. I went ahead and I didn't plan on this. This was the big crack, if you remember. I didn't plan on that actually welding. I watched a couple videos. We turned up our cleaning effect. We put it at a neutral of 0, and that welded perfectly. We burned all the impurities out. We preheated it with the little propane or a little MAP gas torch. Went ahead and got that burned together. I can't believe it welded that nice. And then we melted it all together, but we still got a crack right here. And then we got this crack that runs all the way down. We V'd out. So hopefully it doesn't kill my GoPro. Tig's got a helmet on so that way he can get in here and kind of see what's going on. And we're gonna get this thing all finished up. So first thing we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna get the TIG torch in here. We're gonna preheat this. I'll burn out all the impurities in the cast aluminum. Because cast aluminum, just like cast iron, is porous, full of crap you don't want in your weld. So once we get it warmed up, we're gonna get to welding. Okay, it's a little tricky. It's a bad spot to be welding in, and I'm worried about the camera, so it's a little tricky.
Display stomachs.
Don't look that good. Piece of filler. We need to get in here long distance. What we're trying to do right now is we got this crack fixed. That's a big ugly weld. That's way bigger than I want it to be, but trying to give you guys a good shot and get in here. I ain't no accomplished TIG welder, but I know that's way bigger than it needs to be. Got too much filler in there, but now we're going to try and tie this crack into this piece of sheet aluminum, which is going to be tricky. Here we go. Tungsten's red hot. which is where we want it. We got all that kind of melted together. That crack is no more. Minus this side, but we're not gonna try and get the camera on there. But yeah, we're pretty much well sealed up, no more crack. The crack didn't come in through this side, thank God. But we still got big old cracks and stuff up here to fix, which is gonna be fun because welding cast aluminum to sheet aluminum, I've already had that experience, it ain't fun. But like I said, things are going a lot easier today. Over the weekend, it kind of sucked. You'll see that in the video. But today, new day, everything's going well. All the epoxy's finally chipped out of this damn thing. Thinking about sandblasting the inside of this before I do much more, but it's going well. This was the whole point of buying a TIG welder, is to teach my buddies how to TIG weld. We had the little camera there. That's the whole point. Get people who've never welded in their life before and show them that TIG welding ain't that bad. Oh yeah. Well, there we go, guys. We're just melting the runners to this piece because they weren't attached really all that well. So you can see that black stuff right there. That's all the impurities we're burning out. So got that all burned together. Got this one burned together. This is the one that had the big crack in it, I'm pretty sure. But see all the gunk where that started to fall out? Yeah. But now these are permanently attached to this real well. I'm not going to worry about getting in here. It's But this side, I think we still got to get this one kind of melted together. We're going to flip it back around. And can't remember, you know, we didn't touch this side, so we're going to do this side. And we'll see you guys once we're done with that. So we just got that thing all melted together, but there's a big old crack right there I didn't see. So we're going to come in here once we get more gas, clean that up, V it out, weld that. But as you can see, we're getting everything pretty well attached. That one I'm not real proud of. That's because there's so much crap in there. We're gonna come in, get, you know, we're doing all these runners to these plates. So we got that one, that one, that one, and that one. And once that's done, we're gonna take some sheet aluminum, it's right there, make some templates, and we're gonna build a dam that's gonna seal. It's gonna weld to this post all the way around and up to here. So that whole thing right there will be completely blocked off. We're gonna make a dam right here. So all of this will be completely boxed in, and then we're gonna lay our plates on top, and we're gonna recreate the peak. A whole lot of work, but it should be worth it in the end. So welcome to the, you know, never-ending cycle. Weld, heat, blanket. Every time I get done welding, I heat the intake back up. Just trying to equalize the temperature, and when I'm, like right now, I'm gonna take a break, so I'm gonna wrap it open this shipping blanket that holds all the heat in, so that way it don't crack. That's what happened, you know, if you're welding it and you get one, you get, like say, that side real hot and that side still a little cold. Even though aluminum's really good about dissipating heat evenly, you still have been heating that side, heat that side, hit that side, heat that side, flip it, you know, and just gonna keep her nice and warm and toasty so that way our welds don't crack potentially. We got a little porosity right there, but this looks like this might have cracked out a little bit, but we're gonna come through, burn this back together. We're gonna burn them all together, all where this is sheet metal welded to the cast aluminum. Gonna make sure these are really strong. Make sure they're really strong right here, because we're gonna end up grinding them where they look kind of like that, where they're just kind of radiused in. And I guess eventually we're gonna get to working on our dams. Damn! Well, unfortunately, guys, I think this is where we're going to have to call it a part 2 is in need. Oh, because we got that much cut into our second plate, and our little Harbor Freight hacksaw cut its last piece of metal. It's already been jerry-rigged together with a big old zip tie, and it cut through its guide, and it no longer cuts. I think that's where we are, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and if I continue this video, you'll know, because I'm going to have to wait until next week when the roads clear up before I can get back up to Harbor Freight and get a new hacksaw. So until then, guys, take care. Bye. I just want to thank you guys for watching part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. I hate doing that, but that's just the way I'm going to have to do it. Here's what you got to look forward to in part 3. Making some dams. Oh, damn!
Bye-bye.
Boogie, boogie on!